Hello everyone, this is me, Dusty Circuit here. It's been a while since I've made another one of these videos, but here's another kind of just update for what I've been up to on Midgard. I've been meaning to do this for a little while, but it just so happens that a few days ago we had an update. I believe we were on Minecraft version 1.20.1 for many months, but a couple of days ago we finally updated to 1.20.4. And why 1.20.4 and not 1.21 is simply because plugins take time to update. And in fact, that's the reason why we were on 1.20.1 for so long is the plugins that we use, some of them just simply took that long to update. And if anybody who knows anything about running a Minecraft server with plugins knows that sometimes plugins take a long time to update, and even if it's just one or two plugins you're waiting on, it's not like a trivial thing to just update and leave those plugins out. Like they could be plugins players like, or we need for certain things. And so yeah. But as soon as all of our plugins are updated for 1.21, we are going to move to that version. But for now, we pretty much just fix basically all the changes and features. Well, the most notable changes and features for 1.20.4 are the decorated pots, and in fact also how they can be how items can be stored in them using hoppers now. Like hoppers can interact with them. Not sure what kind of use that would have in redstone builds, but that's a thing now. But another thing is bats have a new model, though I personally haven't really seen that quite yet. And something that a few skaters have been looking forward to for quite some time. We finally have the tree capitator plugin is back. The plugin that basically lets you chop down a tree just with one basically just by breaking one block. Not sure if I can demonstrate that, but more just for my viewers who are not, just in case you're not familiar with this. I'm sure most of you are, but so if I hold down shift, basically I can break entire trees with one. I can just break an entire tree in one go. Which for many players is kind of it's actually quite a game-changing plugin. For reasons that are quite obvious. But for me personally, I might have an unpopular opinion, but I personally believe that that the tree plugin shouldn't replace redstone tree farms. Um, Largely because it's a thing that kind of we don't really have in vanilla Minecraft. Like you can't do that in vanilla. And if you like that you can do this, like you don't have to learn how to do redstone and you don't have to learn how to build or use a tree farm, by all means, you farm wood using the tree plugin. But for me personally, I I rather enjoy I rather enjoy using farms to play the game, which includes tree farms, and I have tree farms that use blast chambers that you don't even have to break the wood yourself. So that's not even that much of a problem for me, but it's it's just for me personally, I kind of it's just I have this I have this mindset that I feel like having these I feel like using farms, like using redstone farms to do something that you otherwise could just do with a simple plugin like that. I feel like it just adds to I feel like it would be taking away part of the experience, the survival experience, if I were to use the tree plugin to replace tree farms. That's just my opinion, and if you don't agree, uh, if you don't agree with that, I'm not like by all means use the tree plugin to your heart's content. Just play the game how you want to play it. But I'm just playing the game how I want to play it. And if anything, that's kind of the beauty of Minecraft, like how you can have all these diverse play styles. Like within the same game, you can have place like one player can be all in on redstone and farms and automation, and then you can have another player that they've never built a single farm in their life. They haven't even used so much as used many farms in their life, and it's like literally all they get all their resources just from gathering stuff from the world and exploring. And even with shulker boxes now, it's actually possible to have nomadic play styles where you don't have a base. You just kind of freely roam throughout the world. And just to me, that's that's awesome. That's this game, like so many different play styles can exist in this game. But anyway, oh, another thing some of my viewers may have noticed in this video is I have my shaders turned on and my portal room looks a little bit different. And maybe it may or may not be noticeable, but I have so with this new version of Complementary, I think it's for both Reimagined and Unbound. There is this new lighting setting. It's called Advanced Colored Lighting. which basically means if you have a light source behind stained glass, it'll actually color the light. So like you can have you can have different colored light sources now with shaders. So I'll turn that off. And so this is how my portal room would normally look with that off. And this is with that on. Yeah, I actually kind of like this, how this looks. And this is my lobby, or this is my base with these shaders on. I actually find it pretty cool that the lava actually has its own kind of light cast as well. Just I find pretty cool. It's like, yeah, you have this orange glow, and kind of going with this white glow from the sea lanterns up top. So for pretty much most of my base, it's just gonna be this pretty pure white glow. And in areas lit by torches will have the more yellow glow. And I haven't really been here that much, but yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't look all that different than normal, but yeah, I kind of quite like this, how this looks. Though, of course, I did I did this to I changed my beacons to this for Pride Month, though it's some kind of late to doing that. Though I do have some new additions to my base, just to show you. Though one of them being down this tunnel going to my guardian farm. This is This is a storage system that I created for enchanted books. And so basically how this works is you can just enter in any number like this. And then it'll actually select it'll basically select one of these different chests to dispense the items from. And basically if I press this button, that dropper will get a pulse, and then I will get a shulker full of enchanted books out of here, though I haven't really started using this yet, largely just because I've just been putting off actually going to the effort of trading with villagers to actually get tons of enchanted books. Pretty much this is just using the same, basically this is using the same kind of control panel that my beacon selector's using. And then down here is just redstone that is, or I'm basically addressing all these different droppers. Using analog signal strength, and also this is set up so I can put the item back into here, and then it'll just go along this top water stream until it hits the first unpowered hopper, which is the line the line that's selected. And I was thinking about putting this mostly underground, but I decided to make another underwater room for this, but of course most of the redstone actually is below the ground level. I still have these shulker boxes I have to bring back to my storage. And as this was done during Rin's terraforming, this area isn't terraformed. So as far as I understand, Rin is just simply too busy to take on more stuff or take on more work from other players. So, which is understandable. So I guess I'm just going to have to find time to do that myself. So this next build is something else. Well, I meant to put in a boat, I meant to put in the boat dispensers here, but I didn't get around to that. And there's a reason this is down a very long tunnel away from my base. And this is my diamond counter. And, so I've had this idea for a while, as you know, I have for a long time, I think, since the old server, I have had lots of diamonds that I've gotten from my shop and also from mining. And for a while, I've had this idea to build basically a to build a contraption that counts them and then displays an actual number of how many diamonds I have. And I could have gone about this a couple different ways. A way that would have been more simpler than this is to just use a counter, like a redstone counter, like what I have in that room that I showed earlier in the video of, that I have as my death counter. And it basically, you put diamonds in, it counts up, and if you take diamonds out, it counts down. But part of me that just didn't really necessarily want to do it that way, only because of the amount of time it would take to put in a lot of diamonds and take out a lot of diamonds at a time. And the redstoner in me just thought that wouldn't be cool enough. So I submitted this monstrosity that you see here to Farm Team. And I was not expecting it to pass, but lo and behold, it did pass. And, because you see the enchanted book storage that I just showed you earlier, already, I think, of all my submissions so up to that point, have been the most redstone complex. But this was 3 times more redstone complex than that. And but even then, like, I don't know how it passed, but it did. And but then Just Whiskers actually offered to dig out this room for me. Like, I think I would have spent a couple weeks just making that tunnel that we flew through. And then JW helped me dig out this whole room. Which I think the two of us working on it, I think we were able to get it done in maybe a week and a half. And I think I actually didn't end up having to pay them, because I think the resources that they got from digging this out for me was, I think, what they considered the payment for this job. And so yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. So I believe it was so JW helped me do most of this, and just because we were in a call at the time, Nash ended up helping me with a little bit of this as well. Although they mostly helped dig out the bottom part of this, where JW helped me mostly with the top part of this. And yeah. So This largely, how this thing works, it's basically similar to, if anybody has seen my power, my power meters that I built on, my displays for my energy cores that I built on on Asgard 1, at the end of Asgard 1. Like as my last major project before that server closed, or it was replaced by the new Asgard. This is kind of similar to that. It's basically I'm putting the diamonds in those 4 chests there, and then those are getting read out with comparators. And then those comparator signals are getting added together. Getting added together with that green circuit, which is just a hexadecimal a signal strength adder. It just said that happens to work in hexadecimal. And then those signals are go along those red redstone lines, and then up through up through those winding staircases and into and then into those circuits, which are converting the signal strength into binary numbers, which then go into the light blue section, which is an 8-bit redstone binary multiplier. And this whole giant yellow section is converting the binary results from the multiplier into binary coded decimal, which the orange section converts back into signal strength, and then finally into the numbers that you see on the screen here. And this also has I've also added circuitry to cancel out the these two leading zeros, which they would otherwise be leading zeros, but they're turned off. And I ended up kind of using so in order to actually in order to pull off an actual representation of how many diamonds are in those chests, I was in this conundrum where just that redstone circuitry what was not going to be actually not going to have enough there's not going to have enough bits, or not enough not enough computation stuff to actually do the size numbers that I wanted to represent. And I was concerned that I was going to have to submit a much bigger build, a much bigger redstone build that will for sure is not going to get approved by farm team. But then I had the ingenious idea to just move. I think it's just using the actual math for the actual math that this thing is doing. think I would have just had to move the decimal point over 1 digit. So I'm effectively doing a smaller number that still kind of represents a bigger number. So I was able to do, I think, where I think I would have needed a 12-bit or even a 16-bit redstone multiplier, I was able to pull this off with just an 8-bit multiplier. And in order just to represent a bigger numbers, what I'm actually doing is, you see that like the 0 there at the rightmost part of the display actually is fake. If you look back here, it's basically just it just has levers on the back of it that are just constantly powering those lamps on. So it's no matter what, that 0 is always going to be lit. Just kind of as a way to inflate the number to make it look bigger than it is. And so really the only digits really of this display that are active is from here back to here, and this is all static. And this is supposed to be, this is supposed to be a comma, representing that this is 6,210. And then the K over here represents this is thousands. And I've also so this purple circuit was, what that's doing is, if you open the chests and then close them, that basically initiates this to do a whole new calculation, because the binary to decimal converter and the multiplier actually are sequential circuits, meaning that they actually require a clock pulse to do their thing. And what delivers that clock pulse is the purple circuit down there, which is basically just a repeater track. Which basically, when you open and close the chest, that sends a pulse through that whole line, which goes down to there. And that circuit is really just it basically it only allows one pulse to start this, and then another pulse cannot go through until those repeaters get to the end. And then it basically, as that pulse goes through those repeaters down there, it basically just goes through a sequence like clear the screen and clear the multiplier and make the multiplier do a new calculation, then have this circuit do a new calculation, and then display it to the screen. Is more or less how that works. I think I can actually show you this in action if I open that chest and close it. And there we go. It's kind of, that's in real time how long it takes to do it. Or in real time, that's how long it takes for for it to update the screen. Though I probably could optimize that to make it maybe a little bit faster, but I'm still kind of happy with that with that for now. So not a whole lot has changed in this part of my base, but I did kind of end up having to make an adjustment to the concrete maker. I've been running into this issue where I'd be just standing here, placing blocks and just using it, but every so often there's like this desync that happens, and it just like I end up placing a block that makes this piston jam, and I just have to break it and to make it keep it going again. And then that just got annoying, and it also, the way this is designed, it's possible for blocks of concrete to get stuck in this gap. So I think how this works is there is a waterlogged slab that the redstone wire is on. So it's like whenever the concrete is pushed down past that, it turns into, and the concrete powder gets pushed down, and past that it turns into concrete. And before going into the blast chamber down below. And really what I did was I added this lever, which basically just turns on a clock that just kind of like pulses this piston, makes it constantly fire, and that just kind of, I mean, it mostly solves the problem, but it's still somewhat possible for a desync to happen. But what I mean by desync is, I guess, how my client is interacting with the server, and like for the server to acknowledge that I placed or break the block, some data exchange would have to take place. And maybe where this machine is like basically making me place blocks at a rapid pace, I guess it's possible sometimes for there to be a desync to happen where it's the server doesn't think I placed a block, but to my client I did, and it's like my client thinks a block was placed, but the server didn't get that, but that didn't come through to the server, and yeah. But as far as these blast chambers farms have been going, which I currently have 3 of, the concrete maker, the nether tree farm, and the regular tree farm, these have been very reliable. I think this farm is the only farm that I've had to fix the blast chamber because it got out of the block streams got out of sync. And I think that was because literally that was just mostly just due to unlucky timing. Like I just happened to be using this farm during a time where the Valkyries were pasting in birthday builds, and of course they would warn us like, hey, it's about to get laggy for a bit. But I guess I just never got the warning, so I was using my farm while that happened, and I think that caused me to get kicked, or maybe it just lagged the server sufficiently that it caused this farm to break. But I think all I had to do was just unjam the block streams. Well, though I vaguely remember, I think I maybe had to fix the blast chamber at the Nether Tree farm once, but I kind of vaguely remember. I only remember that vaguely. And smelter is mostly the same as what I've shown last time, though now that I have a farm that produces like a few thousand coal an hour, aka a wither skeleton farm, that kind of has me thinking whether maybe I should build a new auto smelter that's bigger than this one that actually runs on coal from my wither skeleton farm. Maybe just an idea. And some of you may notice, of course, this tunnel used to be like underground, but it's not anymore because Ren actually removed that whole this whole area that the tunnel cut through. And the reason we're at the Nether Tree farm is I did submit one upgrade to it, and that is for the new shulker box loaders. I basically just kind of so I can upgrade them to the new design. Well, I think this was a design that JW originally created for my bulk storage room, but it has gone through some improvement since then. I think this version is a version that I actually improved. And I was able to make changes to it to actually make it 3-wide tileable, though I opted not to do that for this farm. Though another reason I I ended up doing that was I also decided to add a log stripper, whereas basically just you stand at this up here, then you flick this lever, and then you just stand here placing and stripping logs, and then whenever a block gets pushed down, this dispenser will shoot another item out to the player, and then that just goes into the same, and then that also feeds into the blast chamber. And part of the reason I upgraded the shulker box loaders is so I can fit in another 2 additional ones to store the stripped logs in addition to the regular logs. And my regular tree farm hasn't changed, but I'm wanting to do an upgrade to this because it turns out that the acacia mode doesn't work. I mean, it works for most of the time, but sometimes it ends up, it jams the leaf crusher, and I have to basically break all these. I have to break a lot of these. It's basically these walls of the leaf crusher that go in get stuck. It's like there'd be slime blocks like in the middle of this chamber, and I have to break them and put them back, which is really annoying. And this one time I ended up using this farm to farm acacia wood for a project for one of MC Rox's builds, and that thing jammed on me so much that I was questioning like whether I should have just gone out to an acacia biome and just got that acacia wood that way. But what I planned on doing is I actually found another whole design. I found a tree farm design very similar to this design that actually works properly, that actually will that actually will handle the acacia wood properly. So my plan is for that is at least to submit it to farm team that I want to do this upgrade to my tree farm to fix that issue. And though I also decided to as part of that upgrade replace this this shulker box loader that just puts the mixed wood types into one shulker box with an honest to goodness system similar to what my nether tree farm uses, but with one loader being for each type of wood. And also I'm thinking about adding a log stripper to this farm as well. So it's kind of a lot of new, a big upgrade, all together. But I feel like it'll make this farm a lot more useful. not sure if I've shown this yet, but yeah, another new addition to my base is this bulk storage room. I think I might have shown that before, but it's I'm still yet to even put it into use, but it is I just recently had Nash sort my storage room for me, and as soon as I'm done with my current projects, I'm gonna get around. I think I'll be able to get around to finally putting stuff in here. At least hopefully sometime soon. And I also gotta finish this tunnel. Oh, really? That's all, really, that's all the things I kind of have to talk about. Like, really, the only things that are kind of are new since the last video. Although there's, well, wait, there's one more thing. So this is my nether base. And yeah, I finally got the portal moved down to the lobby. So I can actually go into, so I don't have to go through that tunnel, like that room up top, and down that precarious 1 block wide staircase down to here. I can just go through this portal and I'll go straight into this room. And I got these tunnels finished, at least for the most part anyway. Like this one goes to the gold farm. Oh, one more thing, so one thing I did end up adding to the gold farm, and that is, this over here, which is just basically this sort's, potions and books, out from the other miscellaneous items. Though other than that, I haven't made any notable changes. Well, I still have yet to do the tunnel that goes to that connects to the Netherwort farm, which is like way down here somewhere, though it isn't showing up on this part of the map. Oh, and I've also done this tunnel, which goes to the Wither Skeleton farm. Which means no longer do you have to cross a 1 block wide bridge over lava, or either that or use elytra wings, and you can just walk through this nice tunnel. And then which goes to the actual farm, which I've also encased in this wall design that I actually got inspiration from like the very like the old like I think this the Hermitcraft Season 2 Wither Skeleton Farm. Because I wasn't really sure what else to get inspiration from, but I just took that design and just kind of built it in the same like build style as the rest of my nether base. And I think it turned out pretty good. And I wasn't quite sure what to do with the ceiling, so I just did this. And I also ended up making some cosmetic overhaul to the Wither Skeleton Farm itself, and this uppermost level, I think, was had some of the spawning area removed because this farm came from the old server, and I guess farm team had to do lag reduction, and so I guess that's just what they had to do. And but now that we're on this server, I was able to finally unlock this farm's full potential, and also give it a cosmetic upgrade. I just kind of made these chutes look different, and I also made them bigger to improve the efficiency of the farm, though I had to add more bait piglins, or else the wither skeletons wouldn't continue going through. But for the most part, the farm works now. I think actually the farm works better than before, which is quite nice. And I believe by now it's the fastest XP farm. This is the fastest XP farm like in my whole this is my fastest XP farm now, which is pretty crazy. It's like you can kill them, and then like within a few seconds, you hear new wither skeletons falling down. Just pretty cool. And I also added the same shulker loader design to this part of the farm, to this farm as well, that I used in the nether tree farm. The one of these, like the one for the bones, has to be has to be double speed because this farm makes a lot of bones. And this is also where this is how much coal I'm up to. Though a lot of these are empty. Or a few of them are empty. Like all of these are full. And I'm not sure why I put this here. It's just, I guess it's more just access to the redstone. So I think that pretty much, think that pretty much covers all of the, at least all of the notable changes that I've done to my base and my farm since the last tour video. Though ever since so like I'm not sure if it was this update or another update that's coming, but one of the things Mojang actually did in as part of this whole big update is basically they improved the redstone drop rates from witches. So I think it's like you without looting now, you get something. You're like it's like you're guaranteed. I think it's like 8 redstone dust without looting, and with looting you get more than that. So maybe that might be enough of a consolation for like even if the rates of newer witch farms are poor, it may still might improve them that much. And the only reason I just haven't really been bothered to use this witch farm very much is it's just the rates of it just leave quite a bit to be desired. Though it just seems like that's just kind of how witch farms are in this version now. Which kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. But I don't really have much else to show in this video, so I also kind of wrap this up here. Though the next update that's gonna come to Midgard, that's the one that I'm looking forward to, because that's when we're gonna get the auto crafters. And though Valhalla, interestingly enough, already has the 1.21 blocks added, though we're advised to only use them for personal builds. I don't know, maybe they don't want them being used for birthday builds yet. Or whatever else, but it's... I think me and a few other players may be making use of that already to design new redstone contraptions, ready for ready for the next update to Midgard. And just that one block getting added to the game is going to change it's going to change how so many farms work now. It's like many different things that you couldn't automate because there was no way to auto-craft things in the base vanilla game are now going to be possible now that we have auto-crafting in the base game. So I think the first thing I'm looking to do with the crafters once they're added is to upgrade my melon and pumpkin farm to add auto crafting into that. I also, I don't know if I've shown it. I might have shown this in another video, but I basically submitted this whole contraption to basically take the melon slices out of the shulker boxes that farm makes. You just load shulkers of melon slices into this thing, and then it'll unpack them really quickly and shoot the items out down this water stream. And then you're picking those up, and then you just have to craft them into the melon blocks, which actually you can do quite easily with this crafting GUI. And then they just go into I think this chest here, which they basically get loaded into shulker boxes. Which then come out in this chest here. But with the new update, I'm going to be able to. That's basically going to make that whole machine redundant, because then I'll be able to integrate auto crafting into this farm here. And then this chest, just like this chest, will get blocks of melons as opposed to slices of melons. And I'll also be able to automate my gold farm to craft the nuggets into gold ingots, so we can finally have fully automated piglin bartering. But anyway, that'll be the end of this video, and thank you for watching. And if you liked what you saw, remember to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to catch more of my next videos, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And peace out. Bye.